to another DorkLair action figure review. Today I'm taking a look at the Cosmic Legions Tusk Pilot from the Outpost Zaxxius wave. Boy, do I really love the rich reds on this figure. That is the highlight to me of this. Pretty much a, it's a repaint of the other Tusk figures. Primarily Sligor parts, I believe. So like this chest, these shoulder pieces, which I've been on a couple figures, but like the overall like look right here is kind of that Sligor look, which I love. It's like a little more heavily armored. This piece does come off. The shoulder armor obviously does come off. He's got a swappable head, but kind of like this main look right here is awesome, and I love the shiny Iron Man-esque reds. Like it really kind of has that like race car kind of color there. Like a sports car red, candy apple red maybe. Super glossy. Got some Tusk Pilot wings over here, and then some more on that side. But super cool figure. This is the head from the science officer, I believe, and then this top piece comes off. If I can get it off here. So we got that top piece that comes off, and you can get a look at that blue kind of eye in that mechanical looking helmet there. Like the paintwork is amazing. So many details. The weapons have some detail. You can see that stripe on the arm there. We've got these kind of rich red sculpted cloth arms with some black wash going on over here in the belt. Lots of details. I'm not sure if this is an error, if I scuffed it up or what, or if it's just supposed to look scuffed. But I do love what they did with the belt to do like a brown leather on there and just give it like a nice contrast where you have like the organic brown leathers mixed with the shiny, highly manufactured metallics of the rest of the suit. Very cool contrast there. And then down in the legs, he's got sort of what I refer to as the human lower legs and the human feet of the sentry. But yeah, just so much detail. This red paint job just taking the basic Tusk look to a brand new level. And zooming out here to get a look at the overall silhouette of the Tusk Pilot, who stands right at just about 7 inches tall. And for comparisons, here he is next to a couple other Cosmic figures. On the left, I do have Zarya's arms and legs kit bashed onto the Tusk Engineer. And on the right, I have just the basic Sligor setup there. As you can see, they share quite a few parts. Really, it's just the belt, upper arms, and lower arms that are different. And the head sculpt, of course. Next, a couple more Cosmic Legions. On the left is Sphexian Prison Guard, and on the right is the Thigh Guard with a Von Box head swap. Here we have a couple other 6 to 7 inch fantasy sci-fi lines. On the left is the Animal Warriors of the Kingdom Tiberius, and on the right is the Savage Crucible Kamo of the Isles. Next, a couple Star Wars figures from the Tamashii Nations Movie Realization Samurai line. On the left is C-3PO. On the right is Jango Fett with some Mythic Legions fur, the Sword Horseman that comes with Thistlethorn, and then I also put a custom head sculpt from God's Fire on there. Here we have a couple 6-inch Hasbro figures. On the left, we have the classified Cobra Bat. On the right, we have the Black Series Admiral Thrawn. Next, here's the Mafex Boba Fett from The Empire Strikes Back on the left. And on the right is the Buzz-Off from Mattel's Masterverse line. And finally, it's everybody's favorite adopted Cosmic Legions figure, NECA Alf, wearing the Cabal t-shirt from the LegionsCon 2023 Wall Tour figure. Okay, for accessories, I'm going to pop them apart a little bit to kind of show you what is an accessory. So if we take the head off, we can actually remove this chest piece, and this is one accessory. So this is an optional piece that comes separately in the package that you can put on, and then this is how it looks underneath. And the shoulder armor is also optional, so you can pop those on and off if you want, and then you can have him in this more kind of slimmed down look right here. And then he's also got this backpack piece that can be used for a few different things. So what I was doing is I was popping these pieces in here, and then so these tubes right here, they're a softer plastic, and then I was sticking that on his back right here, and then I was looping those up and around and into the back piece of the, you know, like that kind of chest piece, that swappable chest piece right there. And then I was kind of like having them up and over like this. So you can play around. I mean, they can port into these holes. They can go into here. You know, they can go into this back piece. There's a lot of little ports and holes that you can mess around with. He does come with a rifle, and then you can see like a lot of little gray accent details in the kind of hardware throughout that piece. And he's got basically a matching pistol that does have the hole on the back, and it's got 4 of these little clear pegs that you can use to pop that onto him. Although this one's got to go on this side, right? So typically we're going to have that pistol over on this side here. He's got one of these little pieces, so it's almost like an arm gun or something, and then that can peg right onto his arm here, and that could be like another weapon or some sort of tool. Also comes with this transparent blue Cosmerium kind of pop-up hologram display that you can also peg into the arm. I do feel like we're starting to get spoiled with Legions in that when a figure now only comes with 2 sets of hands, I kind of want more, but it's got a pair of horizontally hinged regular gripping hands and then a pair of vertically hinged hands for holding the rifle. And he does have this alternate head sculpt. This was also on the Science Officer, I believe, but just painted a different color. I think it was maybe purple on that figure. But this paint job really brings out that sculpture because there's a lot of contrasting dark blues and lighter blues. It makes him almost seem aquatic or something. So pretty cool head, really contrasts with that rich red, and kind of like the belt, it sort of brings that organic element to something that feels highly crisp and manufactured. For articulation, this armor is going to prevent a little bit of that movement because it's essentially like a big old collar around the head, so it can move about that far to the left and to the right. It can still move a good amount though, even within there, and then if you pop it up, you can bring it out a little bit too. With the shoulder armor, you can bring the arm up about this far. If you take it off, you might be able to move it a little bit further up and get it about up to there. Then you have a single jointed elbow that comes up maybe a little past 90 if you push it, and then it's a twist at that elbow. There's a twist at the forearm armor and the wrist as well, and you do have horizontal hinges on these hands, vertical hinges on the trigger finger hands. We got an ample ball joint at the waist that really gives them a lot of range of motion there. You do get a little gap if you go all the way back, but really good range in that waist. This front crotch piece is definitely going to get in the way of kicking forward, so if you want to go straight forward, it kind of stops there, but you can go out to the side and then you can kick forward that way, and then you can swing it back a good amount. This butt piece moves around a little bit, so even though it kind of blocks it, you can get it a little further back. It goes out into these splits. There's a twist at the top of the leg. There is a single jointed knee, comes up to about 90 degrees. There's a twist below the knee, a hinge at the ankle. You can twist the ankle, and then there is a rocker as well. So pretty standard 1.0 style Mythic Legions articulation. Okay, for swaps, I've got, first off, a really simple thing here, and that is taking the Zendi head from Mythic Legions. It works perfectly on this figure to give you a human space marine type character. And then I have the effect piece from Can of Beams. It's basically like an energy shield that they've designed that pops right in for use with the standard peg size on these cosmic figures. So if you're looking for that, go check out Can of Beams. Just Google Can of Beams or check in the Cabal for Can of Beams. It is a really cool piece, and they do these in a bunch of different shapes and colors, I believe. So cool piece right there. And something I've literally been planning since the day they announced this wave is to take the upper arms and upper legs from the new Sphexian Mineworker from the same wave and just go full on red and black with that armored look. Just absolutely fantastic look in my opinion. And this is how this is going to stay on my shelf. I'll unload the rest of the parts from my extra Mineworker or use them for something else. But like my Tusk Pilot is going to be looking like this on my shelf for sure. And so, yeah, I just, the paint is really everything with this figure. It is such a cool color and finish, that shiny metallic red, just super fast. It's really appropriate for a pilot. So very cool figure, very cool take on the Tusk, and kind of variant on the Tusk. Awesome figure. Thanks for watching, and until next time, may the Force be with you.